Hi, welcome back to the third part of this course on how to learn the drums properly. All the things I'd wish that someone had really sat me down and pointed out. Do these things really well and it will fast track your playing no end. And I wish I just had that on my mind straight away. I was probably working on those things, but it just took me a bit longer to work those out. So this video is on technique. Now, technique, as we've said before, is linked to feel and how good your rhythms sound. I'm not going to do a full sort of back to basics technique video because I've already done one called hand technique for drummers that you can look up. There'll be a link in the description. Technique, it's a big thing. Not as important probably as timekeeping or in the end feel, but still super important to how much you're going to enjoy the drums. Good technique, while I'm thinking of it, will also make you feel more comfortable on the drum kit, especially if you're starting to really get into it and you're doing gigs that are 2 hours long. At the end of the gig, you still want to be as fresh sounding, fresh feeling. You don't want to start having pains in your arms or anything like that. But the main things to make sure are you've got a little bit of stick out the back here, a little bit of stick out here, that your stick is following that natural line of your fingers, okay? And that your wrists move up and down. You don't hold your stick this way. Your stick is moving up and down. Both exactly the same. If you're playing match grip, they're exactly the same. You don't want to push your sticks into the drums. You don't want this, absolutely not at all. The only time that you almost push the sticks into the drums is when you play buzz rolls. You're applying more pressure, but the stick isn't really sticking right into the drum. Try and go through a system of warm-ups. So for instance, single strokes, right, left, right, left. Okay, you can do that around the kit. So that isn't playing too slowly. You don't sort of get on the kit, pick your sticks up and go. You don't want to be playing like that. You want to be limbering your hands, and your wrists and your little muscles and tendons need to be warmed up. I went to a drum clinic, I forget the name, Gary Husband, who played for Level 42. I went to a drum clinic of his before, and someone in the audience asked him, how do you warm up? And he picked up a stick and just went like this. That's how he warms up. So you'd expect him to be flying all over the drum kit, but he's just warming his muscles up really slowly. And that was great for a drummer of that level, just to hear him say, well, this is what I do, and it's not what you think. Same with some instrumental players. When I was studying, you'll have sax players playing really slow scales, whereas what they're trying to achieve is really quick. So it's a bit sort of counterintuitive. They have to play slowly to be able to play fast in the end. But it also gives you a chance to just concentrate on what your hands are doing. Not forgetting that what your hands, arms, shoulders, your body is doing is being translated into the tip of the stick. So yeah, single strokes. Work on those. Double strokes, right, left, left. Paradiddles, which are kind of a cross between single and double strokes. Right, left, left, left. And you can put those on different drums. Okay, so of course you want to be, through each of these rudiments, you want to be starting at a slow tempo. So let's play quavers. So that's 2 notes per beat to a click at 80 beats per minute. And you have a click at 80 beats per minute in your downloads package, so you can just let that play and play along. Start with your right hand if you're right-handed, left hand if you're left-handed. Move that around the drum kit. And then you can move up to 90 beats per minute. And so on, 100 beats per minute, whatever you want to get to. I not so much now, but I used to have a little notebook of where I'd got to, and it instead of increments of 10 beats per minute, it started getting to sort of increments of 2 beats per minute each day or every other day, just creeping up and up and up. Okay, and then you're going to do your double strokes through that same system, paradiddles, and then all the other rudiments like drags, flams, paradiddle-diddles, triple paradiddles, ratamacus, a whole list on them. I'll be doing plenty of videos on things like that will help you. The point of these different rudiments, of course, is that we don't want to play right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left all over the kit, because we just get the same sort of sound all the time. We want to introduce, for example, a paradiddle can be introduced into a little rhythm on the ride cymbal that sounds nice. So if I hadn't practiced paradiddles ever, I wouldn't be used to playing that little bit on for that nice little pattern there. So let's think of a nice little single stroke pattern we can play around the toms, and we get onto another word then called dexterity. Dexterity is about how easily you get around the drum kit. You're trying to preserve energy as much as you can, so you don't want to be sort of moving your arms like this and your whole body. You want to be using, you know, this, either your wrist, your elbow, your shoulders, to help you move quickly. So let's do this little exercise with semiquavers. So we're going to do, so that's like a set of 4 semiquavers. So that's on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and then a set of 4 notes on beat 4. So altogether you get. So notice that awkward bit from the floor tom to the snare means that we've got to, you know, sort of slide around like this. And you can work out how to do that. Either your right hand could go over the top of the left, or you can just play in these kind of lanes, I call it. So let's put a click on at 90 beats per minute and try and play that exercise. Notice that the snare, the first snare of each set of 4, is where the click is. So I'm really trying to aim that click, 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 click. Okay, and then as we were talking about, we go through that system of just upping the click a bit. Let's just up it 5 beats per minute to 95. So that's just a simple off the top of my head exercise, and you can start to move that round. Now we mustn't forget also to work on the technique for our feet. So the hi-hat maybe at the early stages not so much. We might play some open hi-hat. So basically the foot is just lifting up, so there's not a great deal of technique involved. But the bass drum does require a little bit of technique. I tend to rest my bass drum beater in the drum head, for example. I play, if I can, heel up. So that means that if you imagine that's my leg and this is my foot, that I'm using my ankle to move, a bit like you do for a drumstick. Yeah. So imagine if someone said that you've got to play the drum kit with your wrists lying down on all of the drums. You know, it'd be pretty weird to try and even attempt to do that. So try and treat your right foot exactly like your hand, and eventually your left foot as well, when we play things like quavers on the hi-hat. I play heel up for that as well. So let's try a little exercise with our bass drum, playing at 80 beats per minute, and we're just going to play quavers. So we're going to go right, left, bass, bass, right, left, bass, bass to this click. And let's reverse it. Let's get the bass drum to play the first two notes and the snares to play the next two notes. There are millions, infinite amounts of these exercises that will help your technique. And remember, technique is one of the things that is going to improve your drumming no end. And the fact you now know about it and you need to concentrate and work on it will really help you. It's going to be in the forefront of your mind. If I want to get to be a better drummer, I need to work on technique as one of the things to help me. I hope you enjoyed that video. We've got one more video to come in this series. So don't forget, do loads and loads of practice. Think about the things I've taught you there in this technique video. And most importantly, get on the drums.